Hi guys. So, this video has been long overdue. By the title, you already know what it is. So if you don't want to watch this, if you're gonna have anything negative to say, then I'd rather you exit out right now. But if you've been following me for a while, you know that I made a video like this like a year ago. But I think that I can explain myself better this time around. Last year I was a wreck, but maybe this time it'll be better. So I get a lot of questions on my Instagram, people asking me if I'm bisexual, if I'm a lesbian, if I'm straight, like just a lot of questions about my sexuality, and I don't think it should matter, but I guess it does. So let me explain to you. I'm what you call pansexual. What that means is I like what I like when I like it. I don't care about a genital. I don't care how you dress, what you identify yourself as. That does not matter to me whatsoever. All that matters to me is what's inside your heart and who you are as a person. So to give you a more vivid example, a bisexual person might not go for somebody who is gender fluid, or they might not go for somebody who is transgender. Same with a lesbian, they might not go for somebody who's transgender or somebody who's gender fluid. Pansexuals, on the other hand, we don't care. So you could be gender fluid, which means one day you're a girl, one day you're a boy, whatever you want. Or you can be transgender, and it's still all the same to us. So, in my opinion, pansexuality is one of the most simplest sexualities out there because it doesn't focus so much on what you have on your body, but what's inside of you, like your soul. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I mean, all sexualities are beautiful. So please don't think I'm like coming at any sexualities. You like what you like, that's cool. I don't care. Not my problem. So yes, I get a lot of questions regarding that. Now, another question that I get a lot is people asking me how to come out to their parents, or how I came out to my parents. Now, my mom is a single mom, so I didn't have to come out to both parents. I just had to come out to her. And the way I did it is probably the worst way to do it. I came out to my mother during an argument. I'm not gonna go into the details on what the argument was about, but it was about, sexualities. And she said something that I thought was very offensive. So I put it out there. I was like, well, just so you know, I like girls too. And I just said I like girls too. She said some pretty insulting things after that. Then a couple days after, she asked me if I was a lesbian. And I explained to her about pansexuality and, what I am. And she said that I was confused. I didn't know what I wanted, and I was just doing this to fit in. Now, obviously, coming from my mother, that hurt a lot. It hurt so much more than it should have, because I have been feeling this way all my life. Like, growing up, I had boyfriends, but I always seemed to have these crushes on girls, and I thought it was normal until people started telling me it wasn't. My family is very religious, so they would always tell me that being lesbian or being gay is a sin, that you shouldn't sleep with someone of your own gender because God will punish you. So after that, I thought, shit, like, I'm doing something wrong. And I just shut that part of me down. I didn't pay attention to it. 7th grade rolled around, and the crushes kept coming back, and I was just like, I don't know what I am. I don't know what to do with this. I was scared. It wasn't up until my sophomore year of high school where I finally put a label on my sexuality. Thanks to Tumblr. I was doing a lot of research and I came across pansexuality. I read the definition and I was like, okay, this is me. This is who I am. Now, coming out to my friends was not hard. My friends are very open-minded people and I love them so much for that. So, you know, coming out to them, it wasn't like this is what I like about my friends. Like, it wasn't like I ever had to I never had to sit down with them and say, like, hey, I have something to tell you, I like girls, because they really don't give two shits. And that's what I like, because I feel like somebody else's sexuality should not affect your life in any way, shape, matter, or form. If your best friend likes girls or she likes guys, it doesn't really affect you. Like, who I like doesn't affect anybody but myself. Like, it does not affect my mother, it does not affect my family, it just affects me. And who I like doesn't change who I am as a person. So sometimes it's very hard for me to grasp the concept of people being homophobic towards somebody. Like, every time I'm holding hands with a girl outside, and even if she's not my girlfriend and she's just a friend and we're holding hands because we want to hold hands, and I see people giving us weird, nasty stares, it just blows my mind. Because why do you let something like that bother you? Like, I don't see you with your husband and give you a nasty stare like you're disgusting. Don't do that. So, yeah. But I guess the point of this video, I don't know what it is. I just wanted to talk to you guys. I know there's a lot of people out there who are questioning their sexualities, who don't know how to come out to their parents, who don't know how their parents will take it. And the only advice that I can give you is wait. Wait until you're old enough to be able to move out on your own if you have to. Because there's nothing worse than living with somebody who doesn't support you, who doesn't support what you like. You know, it's really hard, especially if you have ultra mega Catholic parents or mega religious parents that will sit here and tell you that who you love is a sin. It's baffling to me how you can look at your child and tell them that they're going to hell because God doesn't support same-sex relationships, when it's all love. Loving someone shouldn't be a sin. What is a sin is hating someone because of who they love. You know, like, shit, I told myself I wouldn't cry. My overly sensitive ass. Shit. Hating someone because of who they love, that's something that's just rotten. Like, I don't know what goes on in a person's head that you would feel the need to be rude or be mean to somebody based on who they love. I mean, love is a beautiful thing and everyone should have it regardless of who it's with. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like as a woman who might someday be a mom, if my child was to ever come out to me, which I hope they don't have to. I mean, I really wouldn't care if they bring a girl home or they bring a boy home or what they bring home. But if my child ever decides to come out to me, it's not going to change my opinion on them. I'm not gonna love them any less. And it would hurt me as a mother if I knew that somebody was telling my child that God hates him or her, or that they're going to hell because they love somebody. You know, just want my child to have love, regardless of who it's with. I would want them to be happy. My problem would be if they're in an abusive relationship, not whether they're sleeping with the same sex. Like, that really doesn't affect me in any matter, shape, way, or form, and it shouldn't affect anybody else. And it's just baffling, especially with everything that's been going on and the Orlando shootings. It's mind-blowing. And I'm not gonna sit here and bash religious people. I know a lot of religious folks who are completely fine. I know a lot of religious folks who are actually, gay or pansexual or whatever they are. And, they're the good ones. They're the really good ones. But this is hard. I just don't understand how you can dislike someone simply because they're not like you. It just blows my mind. Like, there's so many other things to worry about rather than who's sleeping with who and who likes what. So to everybody out there that might watch this video, if you're dealing with unsupportive parents or you don't know if you should come out or not, just know that everything gets better. And anybody that is toxic in your life, anybody that makes you feel like you're wrong for loving who you love, should not be in your life. Regardless of whether it's a parent, a friend, a stranger, they do not deserve to be in your life. Nobody should tell you that you're wrong for loving somebody. So don't let anybody tell you that your love is wrong. Don't let anybody tell you that who you love is wrong. Don't let anybody try to change who you are. And if you're one of the people out there who are questioning their sexuality, always keep in mind that you don't need sorry, I'm sick. You don't need to label everything. Okay? You don't need to put a label on your sexuality. If you don't want to label it, don't label it. I know a lot of people that are scared of labeling their sexualities in fear that maybe it'll change. But there's no need for a label. You don't need a label. You don't. And also, keep in mind that if you identify as bisexual and you're a woman, let's say, and you end up marrying a guy, that doesn't eliminate your sexuality. That does not mean, it doesn't make you straight. It does not mean that you have been identifying incorrectly all your life. Don't think that who you end up with determines your sexuality. It's what you're attracted to. It's who you love, what you like. It's because I've seen a lot of people who have identified as bisexual and end up marrying somebody of the opposite gender, and then they feel like all their life they were just overreacting, that they were lying, and they were never really bisexual, that they were always just straight, and that's not always the case. Also, don't think if you're a girl and you marry a woman that automatically makes you a lesbian. You might still be bisexual if you still find some guys attractive and you would potentially could fall in love with them. Just don't worry so much about labeling everything if you don't want to. Don't let anybody pressure you into labeling what you are. Don't let anybody pressure you into coming out. And like I said before, don't let anybody tell you that you're wrong for loving who you love. Don't let anybody make you feel like shit for loving who you love. Just be yourself. Be yourself, because at the end of the day, you're the one that has to live with you. You're the one that is going to be there for you through it all. people leave, and at the end of the day, you're the one that has to love what's inside of you, not anybody else. So if you lose friends or you lose family, I know that it is painful, but you'll get over it. You'll get over it. And sometimes it's for the best, because you don't need toxic people who won't accept you in your life. You don't. You really, really don't. There's so much shit to deal with already. You shouldn't be getting any negative feedback from your family or friends. Like, there's people out there killing innocent people for what they love because of who they love. Your family should be supportive. They shouldn't make you question everything about yourself. You know, they should be unconditionally loving. And always remember that they will love you. Even if they don't accept you, your family is always going to love you. But sometimes some people don't know how to love. So don't let them dictate your life. Don't let them dictate your love. If you love who you love, that's it. Just do you. Be happy with whoever makes you happy, and don't worry about what anybody else has to say about you. If somebody says something hurtful and it hurts your feelings, let it out, but don't dwell on it. Don't sit there and hate yourself. Don't sit there and think, I'm not going to heaven. Don't sit there and think, I'm gonna go to hell. God doesn't love me. God doesn't accept me, because he does. He does, and he will. Because if he's as loving and caring as everyone says he is, and if he loves all his children like everyone says he does, he loves you. What he wouldn't love is you beating yourself up over who you love. What he wouldn't like is the people that are making you feel like shit. So don't sit there and dwell on it too much. Just be who you are. Be happy. Be free. Be you. Love as much as you can, whoever you can. And don't let love slip away because you're scared of what other people are gonna think. Just always have an open heart and an open mind. And if you're straight and watching this, please, please, please don't ever make anybody feel bad about who they love or what they like, because it honestly is hard enough as it is without people throwing shit in our directions. Like, just, if you don't like what somebody is doing, there's no need to express your opinion. I understand that free speech is a thing, but don't give your opinion where it's not wanted or needed or asked for. If you don't like what somebody is doing, keep it to yourself. Judge them internally, but don't go about ruining somebody's day just because you're bitter or you don't agree with what they do. You know, like, if you see somebody holding hands with the same gender and you think it's disgusting, don't make a face. Don't sit there and tell them, oh, what you're doing is wrong, you're going to hell. Like, reevaluate yourself, because if you're letting something like that bother you and anger you to the point where you would leave your house and kill people, or to the point where you would write mean things to somebody that you don't even know, then it's you that's the problem, not them. It's you that needs love, and it's you that needs God in their life, not them. They have God because God is love, and that's what they have. You, on the other hand, are bitter and sad. Don't be bitter and sad. Anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna cut this short-ish, somewhat. It's already really long. I love you guys. Stay tuned. I will be uploading more videos soon. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'll link all my social media, so you can also ask me questions over there. I'll either make a video based on the questions that you guys asked, or I'll reply to you straight from the social media platform that you choose to ask me the questions. I don't think I'm making sense. But yeah, just, come chill with me. Come stalk my life. Love you guys. Stay true.